Morning, guys.
Morning. Lovely to see you both.
Lovely.
I devoured this yesterday. All 4 episodes are on ITVX right now.
I could only handle one.
But it's not an easy watch, James, initially, is it? Because as parents or anybody, you'll sit there thinking, goodness me, what would we do if we found ourselves in that position?
Yeah, that was the hook, which we were so excited about when we first read the book, was this amazing question. If you found out that your child was not your own, how would you react? And yeah, I mean, every time we mention the hook to anyone, they go, you know, the idea of these children being swapped. And it happens a weird amount. So, yeah, it's not that far-fetched, unfortunately.
But it's watching how the 2 different couples kind of compute it and how their brain kind of tries to understand it, and then how each couple kind of separates from each other as well. It's so gripping.
Yeah, we had fun. We had fun, didn't we? Yeah.
We did, yeah. It's, I suppose, that is it's this bombshell that is thrown in, and as you said, it's going to strain relationships. It's going to cause this internal turmoil within both Pete, Maddie, Lucy, and Miles, and yeah, it is that thing of like going, God, what would I do in that situation, or how I would react, and but as a cast, like we bonded massively. Like, off screen.
Yeah.
You know, like, what you see on screen is, like, so intense and sad and you want to kill Miles.
You really do.
You really do.
Yeah. But I also want to give Pete a massive kick up the arse as well. You're kind of like, come on, Pete, do something.
Yeah, he's avoidant, poor old Pete. He's trying to do the right thing. He thinks doing the right thing is stepping back and, you know, being the kind of nice guy, and, of course, he has to step up. Yeah. But it's the dream stuff for actors, because it's that kind of... They're all real people, and, it's all that sort of psychological dance and knottiness which we love to chew over.
Niamh, what's he like as a boss?
Well,
Truth.
no, it's really inspiring to watch James, like, you know, take on both the role as, like, the actor and the producer, and you go, if James can do it, anyone can. No, honestly, no, it was just wonderful to work with, and we sat down, like, I was approached to do this by Kate Hewitt, the director, who wrote me a letter, and then I sat down with James, and, you know, and that was the idea, is that just get the opportunity to work with James and James McCardle and Jesse, and it's that opportunity to, like, it's a character-driven narrative, and yeah, and it's really impressive to just see you, like, switch from having to balance too, which is really difficult. Like,
for sure.
Like, producing job is...
Yeah, I wasn't really... I mean, Kitty was the boss, and she let me do my job. We were very sort of bonded for, and we had a lot of fun. I mean, James realised quite early on that we looked like ABBA, the blonde couple and the brunette couple. And so Halloween, we dressed up as ABBA and went...
Amazing.
And because Cornwall's weirdly hard to get back from, so we basically just moved our lives down there for 3 months and had the
dream.
Time.
Yeah.
I mean, what a spot as well, by the way. Watergate Bay, just up from Newquay. I mean, I'm not sure there are many more beautiful spots in the country.
Yeah.
No, it's stunning. I'd never been before, and I remember my agent saying, set, you're going to be going to Cornwall for 3 months. I was like, what's it like? And he's like, you won't want to leave.
Yeah.
So I was like, he's learned to surf.
Off season as well. We met this guy, so in that scene, in fact, we were shooting it the very first week, and we met this amazing guy called Pete, who's a surf instructor on Morgan Pool.
Shout out to Peter Bell.
Pete from King Surf, and he basically just invited us into this community, and when it's off-season, the Cornish kind of community reclaimed their beautiful land, and we were honorary Cornish folk for the time. It was really...
Dressed as ABBA on Halloween.
Yeah.
Surfing.
And the next day, James came in still dressed in his costume.
That was the deal. We all said we were going to do that. No one else did.
He committed.
Yeah.
You really did.
Can we have a word about the boys as well? Because those boys are, Niamh, I mean, there's often talk about working with children can be complicated. And they're at an age where they've got lines, particularly your son, Theo has to interact. He was incredible.
Yeah, Alban, he was absolutely incredible. So much so that they steal the scenes. Kids steal scenes immediately. They lead them. They bring this incredible energy onto set, and it was amazing to finally, you know, work with a professional like Alban.
After all these idiots,
But yeah, and James McCardle, who you see, who plays, you know, he's this bad guy, but James had this incredible chemistry with Alban that the two of them would just continuously improvise, and you had no idea what either one of them was going to come out with, which was exciting and really interesting, because it is the idea of, like, you know, you're playing these children against the adults within the scene, which is...
And the magic of the kids being swapped and that chemistry between Miles and your Theo is instant, isn't it?
Yeah.
And similarly with Niamh and Fraser, who
Yes.
plays David. Yeah, there was beautiful moments where he reaches out and touches her face.
There.
As an actor, all you want is to be acting opposite honesty and truth, authenticity. And with some actors, you don't get it. With kids, that's all you get. You know? So you're constantly reacting to what you're getting. It keeps you on your toes and brings out great performances in us, we hope.
Well, it definitely keeps us on our toes.
Gripped.
Loved
it.
It's such a great show. Absolutely
you.
brilliant. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, and thanks for being with us today.
It's well worth getting, as traumatic as
yeah,
episode
I
one
will,
is,
I
and
will,
to
I will.
get to 4, because then you'll just go, there's a lot of shouting at the screen.
Yeah. See it through. There's a good payoff.